About to start your first year in the WJFL. Tell me how you think it's going to help or how it's going to impact Cedar Creek.
I think it's going to have a big impact in terms of it's going to force us to step our game up. I think the consistency of very competitive games is something that we haven't really seen, and I think it definitely is going to be some nice matchups throughout the season. We have a new rival, an inter-district rival in Absegama we open up with, and then turn around the next week and play Delsey, who's a 4 consecutive state championships is very exciting. But I think overall, I think it's great. I think you can every couple of years you can put together some intriguing matchups, and I think it makes for a pretty exciting season.
I mean, I know a lot of people are sorry to see the Cape go, but it was time, right? Something had to be done.
Yeah, I think to kind of balance it out a little bit, I think it was. I think overall it's going to be good, and I think it might take a few cycles to really sort of iron things out to make sure that everybody's as happy as they can be. Because I'm sure there's some people that still aren't happy with what they ended up with. But I think overall, I think it's a good thing.
But you look at the programs that are struggling, and the one thing football coaches, whether it's your program or any program, you don't want to see teams fold up. And
no.
You think this might be beneficial to keep some teams alive?
Absolutely. I think if it's done correctly, and I haven't studied everybody's schedule in terms of the teams that have been struggling, but if it's done correctly, yeah, it gives them an opportunity to have a schedule that's more fitting to what their talent pool is like and what their size of the school is. So it's a good thing. And like I said, I think moving forward, whether this cycle wasn't perfect, I think moving forward, I think it's going to be ironed out a little bit more, and people have a better feel for what type of programs there are throughout South Jersey. But I think it's long overdue. I think they did a good job of allowing some of the local rivalries to stay intact while still allowing for some intriguing matchups with people from across South Jersey. So it's a good thing.
We're talking to Absegama football coach Dennis Scuderi. Dennis, how are you looking at this merger with the WJFL from an Absegama standpoint? Good, bad, indifferent?
No, I mean, we're excited. Being from the Cape Atlantic League, which is the furthest point south, most people don't realize where that's at, out by Atlantic City. It's pretty unique now that we get to come up more into the northern part of South Jersey. It's great for our kids. They get out and play different competition week in and week out. And we still kept our traditional rivalries within the confines of our group from the Cape Atlantic, but we're playing 4 out-of-conference games, and our kids are excited about that.
Is this the kind of thing that can help your program? Because at least in theory, you're playing teams with like skill and like size?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that it really helps with are especially in our situation where we were a 4 last year playing a lot of 5s. So now we're a 4 playing 4s. So realistically what happens is now, you're competing with the same teams on a weekly basis in terms of the teams that you would see within the playoffs. So for us, we're excited about it, and we feel like it's a great opportunity.
I know nobody wants to see a league break up like that, but it almost seemed like it was time. It was the right time to make the move.
Well, I think if you look at it from top to bottom, it made sense for everybody because the Cape Atlantic League had a lot of Group 2 schools, a handful of 3s and 4s, and a lot of Group 5s, but not enough to fill everybody's schedule. So what it allowed us to do was really take away the scheduling issues that we've had for the last 5 or 6 years, and really move towards expanding out and getting like competition, what you were talking about earlier, and it really leveled the playing field for everybody. And I think the smaller schools were really happy because now they're not saturated with Group 4s and 5s, they're crossovers, and the bigger schools are also looking at it from a standpoint of power points and maybe playing someone equal to their, I don't want to say strength in terms of skill, but in terms of numbers for sure. So